Hello friends, this is Mahadevan Senthil Kumar, MSK, ESA and CISO, Wipro Technologies. I am presenting this particular content of mine on clouds with silver lining. The title and content are all prepared by me for one-to-one connects under the theme Big 5 CIO Priorities, which is a summer edition. So I'm going to take you through the small deck. I thought it would be useful for us to understand the cloud and its silver lining from the IT point of view. We all know cloud is black and white. We have to decide whether we want white clouds for us to enjoy or a black cloud for us to get rain. Same way here in cloud computing also, it is very few steps above. It's not that we have to make a very leap jump to get onto cloud, because today we are utilizing cloud in multiple areas. For example, without cloud, can you imagine installing or establishing a server in your house or colony or an apartment for you to use Facebook? Not possible. The lakes are to preserve water for future. The same way, the data lakes which are supported by cloud, I am zooming for you to read it, are having lot of structured data, unstructured data, binary data, semi-structured data, all of that are dumped on the data lake. It's huge. No cloud means no mobile. There is no possibility of having any mobile application because you cannot establish servers locally on premises for each and every application. Anyone know how many applications you have in your mobile? Whether you installed or preloaded or whatever way it came in, there are n number of hundreds of applications you have. Something are for mobile to work, something are for you to utilize, but all of them requires something to be available on the cloud. And big data, we are talking, this is a buzzword today for a decade now. Big data has got lot of collection of data, storage and utilized for research analysis, and it has got various 12 V's I have coined: volume, variability, velocity, veracity. So many V's are there. Visualization is very important, and virtualization also, and networking for many people to anytime anywhere access, many people to use the data or dump the data or delete the data, manage the data. So that is possible only through cloud technology, cloud computing. As we go on, the cloud architecture itself has got all these things embedded. It is capable of mobile, it is capable of application, hosting database, and it has got a server, everything. Whatever we have on-prem, the huge elephant is there on the cloud. We classify them: private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, so on and so forth. So keeping all these things, one thing always we say is dirt is good. That very famous ad, right? I think Surf Excel, dirt is good. So dirt here means disruption. Always digital disruption is good because it is innovation, creativity. We are not talking about interruption. So as kids, they used to play in mud. They used to get dirt. The same way, digital disruption is inevitable, and we should not regret about any disruptions. So there are, in bank account, when we open bank account, they ask you either or survivor, former or survivor, anyone or survivor. Here, you can take a call whether you want cloud as a service or data center as a service, on-premises data center as a service. or you can have both, like either or survivor. So while we are talking about cloud, we have to decide whether it is sufficient to have a water tank like what you see. Maybe I can zoom for you to view in full. So whether is it okay to have a water tank or you prefer a rainy cloud? That depends upon your need. If you have limited need, this water tank is enough. When you have a function at home, that is equivalent of, I am creating parallel here, it is equivalent of the on-prem data center, wherein the rainy cloud is the cloud which we are talking about, cloud computing. So here, as I said already, multi-cloud means multi-line of business. Private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, all of that. So if to summarize, cloud storage has got, even the storage is one of the features of cloud. It has got videos, archives, documents, images, all financial analytics, contacts, databases, so many things. So quantum unlimited. It is called quantum computing. So we have to also decide whether we are ready to spend huge money on capital expenditure to dump sunk cost on the data centers, or OPEX, operating expenditure, on the cloud. So cloud is a pay-per-use model. So what you pay or what you want, you will pay. Having seen that, the cloud is easily summarized into IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service, we call it as IaaS, which has got compute power, storage, that is processors, storage, load balancers to balance the load from different people, different geos, and network connectivity. Another one is PaaS, which is platform as a service, which has got programming language, application framework, so many tools and databases built in. All are ready to use. And third piece is SaaS, which is again very IaaS, PaaS and SaaS are very famous in this field. It has got business services, document management, email services, social networks. I am not bringing any product here, but there are so many software as a service applications available. So cloud is providing predominantly these three elements. So we have to decide black or white, or both black and white, based on the need of the enterprise. As we move forward, we all know that when we were talking about black or white, we know that black cloud only will reign. That too when it is hitting on each other. So here, I'm not going to elaborate this architecture, which is a high performance computing, which has got hardware, we all know, we have seen, system software, cluster software, that is middleware kind of thing, application environment, where there are so many applications available, and on the application environment you have applications which are suitable for multiple industry, multiple sector, for which there are multiple players available today, starting from Microsoft, Google, Amazon. So many people are there in this field to provide cloud services. And a simple analytics or statistics, who are dominant? If you see AWS, it is a very recent end of last year statistics. AWS has got 32%, Azure has got 20%, GCP is off of Azure, and Alibaba, Tencent Cloud or IBM Cloud, others including Oracle. So this is something which is the spread of the entire cloud providers, CSPs. So as we see the data residency, where the data are stored, we also have a challenge of data liberation. That is, when you want to move out of one player to another player, would you get your data back? From the personal privacy point of view, national security point of view, data streaming video application or voice application which has got a lot of confidential information, business liability on data localization, all these are factors to decide whether based on the data residency, whether the data are liberalized when you want. So there is a very big question whether cloud is secure. Though we have 20 years of journey we have seen, still this question is unanswered because it is in our hands. So we have to have a proper strategy, design, threat modeling, metrics and KPI, CSP selection, multi-cloud flexibility, license management. So many things we have to coin and fix properly in the cloud. So that cloud is also expanding further into edge level, fog level, mist level, and TSPs, telecommunication service providers, are enabling the connectivity, collaboration between all these layers supported by cloud. So we have to understand one thing is cloud and rain are there to spread the water and serve the water. Same way here, the cloud is only to serve various requirements like augmented reality, virtual reality, machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain. So without cloud, we cannot imagine any of them. So that is coming out with cloud application security, cloud intelligence, threat modeling, network security, threat prevention, posture management like zero trust security or SASE, secure access service edge. So these are all very, very important when we are talking about containers, Kubernetes or Dockers, serverless computing. So we need to have proper development operation or DevSecOps, development security operations, high fidelity of security content and advanced protection or advanced threat prevention, we call it as ATP. So the revolution of Industry 4.0, which is another important piece in this, with autonomous robo, simulation, system integration, so on and so forth, that gives more attention and importance or dependency on cloud platform. And there are skill sets also available, certifications available, top 10 cloud security certifications I am bringing in. I am not going to elaborate any of them here, but there are CCSP, CCSK, AWS, Azure, SEA, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Alibaba, CCC, PCS. So I can explain all of them later if you are interested, but every player is coming out with a certification program for each one of us to get ourselves skilled to cater to the needs of this industry. Ultimately, security is the silver line. That's what I am able to see. That has got on the one side mobile devices with a lot of data, computers, servers, networks, all are inside and outside coming direct to the cloud, where we have seen IaaS, PaaS and SaaS are there, and they have CASB kind of cloud access security brokers are there to coordinate with the on-prem and or user group to the cloud with visibility, compliance, data security, threat protection, and complete enterprise application integration with the API, application programming interface. So that I have given some example here. That calls for a wheel, safety wheel or security wheel with people, data and infrastructure. Starting from proper authentication and proper access control or authorization and user behavior and study, logging and reporting of all the user administrator activity, asset and data classification into various types, encrypting based on the data classification and policy of the organization, configuring the hardening on a continual basis, finally a logical segmentation of the network and to ensure that the data are flowing in and flowing out, ingress, out, egress are happening properly. With this I am going to conclude by saying that the security of cloud is in your hands, whether or in our hands rather, whether we want flood or we want to harvest the water for future use or consistent use, it is in our hands. Starting from product to market to delivery to service to legal, there are, as we have seen earlier, hardware, software, network, data and applications are integrated into IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. There are so many standard security measures like endpoint security, endpoint detection, MDM, MAM, encryption, multi-factor authentication. So many things are there as a standard control. Wherein on the other side there are modern controls for each and every piece. For product, there are RFID, QR code, NFC, NFT security, ICS, Industrial Control System, ICT, Information Communication Technology, Operating Technology at shop floor, IIoT, apart from IT, Industrial Internet of Things. We have to keep on hardening, and enclave, next generation firewall, unified threat management system, software defined network are all important for product level. At the market level, there are secure AI, ML, API, bot, all that are to be in place, controls. FOSINT, which is free open source intelligence and OWASP control. OWASP is a top 10 vulnerability year on year they publish. Open web access. And finally, RPA and Fabric Industry 4.0. So there is an Industry 4.0 and robotic process automation. We have to align the entire market, the supply chain to suit that. In terms of network, the dynamic application security testing or web application firewall, CASB, zero trust security, SASE, TAP and DPI and DLP, ATP, so many things are there to ensure network is secure. Blockchain, supply chain management and metaverse kind of a XR fashion, cyber risk, insurance, these are all very important to preserve our data. In the application layer, there are so many legal enforcements like NIST standards, CIS standards, HIPAA, HITRUST, Purdue and PCI DSS standard, ISO standard. Apart from ISO standard, these are all additional controls we can apply. To quote an example, I have created an elaborate VTRC, vulnerability threat risk control analysis for a textile industry. You can take this QR code or you can type this YouTube link and watch where I have explained every single piece of the specific vulnerability to that sector, threats from the external source, what is the resulting risk or business impact, what are the controls, standard controls, modern controls, and what are the complete roadmap for an organization to pursue implementing security on cloud. With that, I am ending my presentation. Thank you for your patience and presence. We will see sometime later. Bye.